everyone, this is Joyce Whitman with Stampin' Up. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin'. Okay, let's start that over. Oh my goodness. Hello, this is Joyce Whitman. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. My blog name is stampinscrapper.com. As you can tell, I'm having an issue with talking this evening. Wow, let's get started. Tonight, I have a great technique I'm going to show you. It is called, I believe how you say it is retiform technique. It's R-E-T-I-F-O-R-M. Now this is a card that I had made a couple years ago, and one of my customers said, can you do a video on how to do that? I'm like, you betcha. So that's what we're going to do tonight. So this is the card I made, and I used the Vintage Leaves stamp set. And like I said, this was about 2 or 3 years ago that I made this card. But this is what we're going to do tonight. We're going to make this one. There we go. So you can see them. And it's a lot of fun. It's an easy technique. It's just a little bit of time consuming, but not a whole lot. Now with this stamp set, all of these leaves came in one stamp set. Now we did not have all the leaves. I knew I wanted to do a fall card because I was looking for a fall card. So I'm went ahead and we're going to do this one. So this time we're going to be using quite a few different stamp sets just because, like I said, I wanted the fall things on there. So the stamp sets that we're going to be using tonight are, the main one is going to be the Gather Together. We're going to be using, let me put this up. We're going to be using this leaf here, the 2 pumpkins, this wheat here, and I used Season of Thanks. Then our next stamp set we're going to be using is To Every Season. Now both of this one and the Gather Together are in the holiday catalog, the 2019 holiday Stampin' Up catalog. We're going to use this leaf here. We're going to use this little leaf here and this leaf here. And I think that's all I used out of that one. And then I wanted one more leaf. And so we're going to use out of Colorful Seasons. This is in the annual catalog, the 2019-2020 annual catalog. And we're going to use this leaf right here out of it. So like I said, I'm going to use 3 different stamp sets just because I wanted to use a bunch of fall items on here. Now again, because of fall, I like to get a lot of different colors in mine. So we're going to use a lot of different colors on this too. So we're going to be using Cajun Craze, Cherry Cobbler, Crumb Cake, Crushed Curry, Early Espresso, Mossy Meadow, and Pumpkin Pie. Now, whoops, I just covered up my card, didn't I? That wasn't very smart of me. Hi, Brittany. I'm glad you could join me. How you doing? I can't wait to see you on Friday when you come to my class. Woohoo! We're gonna have a good time. The crumb cake, the only thing we're going to use the crumb cake for is the shading that we're going to do on here. That's all done with crumb cake. Otherwise, we're going to use all the colors in here. So let's go ahead. We're going to get started. Grab all of these. Okay, so we definitely need that one out because we're going to use that one a lot. And another thing, I used Early Espresso on the bottom. And so then what you're going to need to do for this is you're going to need Post-it notes. And that's how you're going to get your lines, and I'll show you how to do that. But that's another thing that you're going to need is a bunch of different Post-it notes. You can rip them or you can use different sizes like I am. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to start off. Let me put this over here so that you can see it while I'm still working. I'm glad you're excited about going. It's going to be so much fun. I am having my Christmas countdown class on Friday night, so I'm really excited. It's going to be a fun class, and that kit is available in the annual catalog. I mean, the holiday catalog. And I'll be having pictures of that, of course, on my blog. But on here, we're going to start with. I like to start with my biggest area, so I want to do a big leaf up here. Now, when I was looking at, I ended up adding 2. Just because I needed more, there weren't as many leaves as I would like. Like this one had a lot and they were bigger, so it didn't take up so much room. But we're going to use that one twice. But we're going to start up here in the corner where I used it the biggest. So what I do is, for this one, I'm going to use the bigger paper. And what I like to do is, okay, so I kind of want it like here. That's where I want it to start with. Hi, Debbie. Thank you for sharing. Yay, from Michigan. Woohoo! Glad you could join us tonight. So I went ahead and I put it up here. So I kind of got an idea of where I wanted it. So I'm going to go kind of like this, and I'm just going to lift it up and put my paper down. Now the first one's the easiest one because you're just kind of guessing where you want it. So I put it back on here, and see, I went too far over. I want more space. So I'm going to lift that up. I'm going to move it over just a little bit more. Let's see. So a lot of this is playing with it, trying to figure out exactly where you want it. That looks good. Now, I don't need to use a big piece again. So I can use this one, and I want it to go about right there. Let's see. That looks good to me. Okay, so we have our, you want to make sure it's down good. So we're going to take our crumb cake. Let me get the Post-it notes out of our way. Let me set those over there. Okay, so we're going to do our crumb cake. Now, you want to, and I'm using a sponge, and what I do is I always punch out a circle, write it on it, so I have something to hold on to so it doesn't get in my way. Now, you could also use daubers. For me, I do better with sponges, though. So you're going to tap this like this, and you're going to want to start off on the side and then go into your paper, because let me show you on here. If you start right on, say this was my paper here. If I started on it right away, look what I'm going to get. I'm going to get, let me see if I can zoom in on this. Let's see here. I'm trying to use this. I don't know if this will work. Let me see. Hold on. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. I'm trying something new, so if it doesn't work, I apologize. Let's see. Will it work? Oh, there we go. Yay. Hey, I learned how to do something new on my camera. Okay, so see what it looks like. But now if I start off to the side and I go in like this, you're going to get a smoother look. You're going to get a smoother look if you go in like this. And I'll show you when we start. So we don't want to do that. So let's zoom back out. There we go. Okay. So we're going to go in here. And like I said, I'm going to start, tap, tap, tap. And whoops, I forgot to turn the volume down. So otherwise you're going to hear all my notifications. Okay, so I'm going to start off here. I'm going to just roll, and I'm going to gently come up. Now, I want this because there's not much ink on this yet, but as we go along, there's more ink on it. So you won't have to tap it as much as what I'm doing right now. But always remember, you can add ink. You can always make it darker. You can't make it lighter. So and then a lot depends on how hard you push on this. Right now, I'm pushing pretty hard because I want to get that direct line there, and I want it kind of dark. Now, when I'm going on the edges, I'm lightly doing it because I want, that white is pretty bright. I tried the cream, the very vanilla, but I didn't really care for it on there. So I'm going to do that, and I just, like I said, lightly went around here. Whoops. Okay, so now what you're going to do is, while you have the pieces here, you're going to stamp your leaves. So I'm going to use cherry cobbler for that one. Let me just move that over there, because I'll be using that a lot. So I'm going to take this, ink it up, and I'm just going to stamp it right there. Voila. Okay. You know what? That leaf doesn't look like it got ink on it. It didn't. Okay, let's try this. Okay, now you're going to see if I can line this up. Okay, you might see my head in here. For some reason, that did not get any ink on it. Let's try this here. Okay, you're going to see my head. I apologize. I'm trying to see. You know what? It still doesn't have ink on it. Let's see here. Oh, now it does. Okay. See if I can line this up. If not, it's the very beginning, and we will just start over. It's not a big deal. Let's see. Did I get it? I got it. Woohoo! Woohoo! I got it lined up. Yay! Okay, so we're done with that color right now. And you can make this card monochromatic, so you could do it all one color. You do not have to do it in multiple colors like I am. I wanted to do that for the fall, because I love all the fall colors. Oops, I should just leave this open because we're going to be using this a lot. Let me just let that open. Okay, so now you're going to take this off. Now, one thing I learned that I had forgot because I had done the first one a lot of years ago. Because these have red on them again, you do not want to use them again because that red, the first time I tried this, the red went onto the area where I was trying to go over, do the crumb cake on. And so you don't want to use those. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of these because of the red on there. Okay, so let's do our next one. And what we're going to do is we're going to come in, and what you're going to do is you're going to cover what you just did because you don't want anything else on there. So you line that up and you want to cover it. Now this is where you're going to be a little, you want to take your time and do, because you can see sometimes I didn't get as close here. Let's see if you can see it. See, there's a little line here, but it's not bad. You know, you get little lines, it's okay. But try to get them as close as you can. Now I want to go ahead and cover up this little piece here. So what I'm going to do, even though I'm not working in that area, you want to make sure that it's covered up so you don't accidentally get some on there. And ask me how I know that, because I did that too. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done this, so I had to relearn different things. Let's see. I want to put this one up here like that. I'm going to put that one here, so I want it about right there. Okay, let's see. And I think you actually spend more time trying to figure out where you want to put your stuff and moving it around, get it exactly where you want it. Now, I will say a lot of people are not like me. I am OCD, as you all know. So I want it to be exactly right. And so I take a little bit more time doing mine. So we're going to go ahead. And again, we're just doing the bottom edge. And we're going to start on here and move up. Goodness, all of a sudden it's warm in here. Our neighbor had his music going, so I shut my door. No, it's really warm in here. All these lights on. Okay, so we're going to keep, I want to get it a little bit darker, just a little bit on the edges. Like I said, just lightly go over it. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to, oh, no, I can leave that open. I'm going to use crushed curry. And this wheat is from the Gather Together set. And I'm just going to stamp it on there. Cool. I love this technique. Like I said, I haven't used it in a long time. But as I was making this one, I was actually thinking, wouldn't it be cool to do a snowman one? Do a winter one? So I may have to play with that and do that one. I think that'd be cool. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take off all of our papers. Okay, so now we want to, let's see, let's do one. Okay, it's going to go this way. We're going to change things up a little bit. Okay, so we need to cover these up. Okay, and I think, will this little one fit there? This little one. Oh, this little one would fit perfect. Okay, so we'll use one of those too. All right, so let's get our brown out again, our crumb cake. And do this one. Now, I got a little bit of ink here. I have no idea where that ink came from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend it in with this brown. So I'm going to go a little bit darker on this one, just because I want to cover that up, and we can also cover it up when we stamp. There's 99.9% of the time you can fix a card when you do a boo-boo. Okay, let's see. I've got, see what colors do I have here. Let's use, let's use pumpkin pie there. Let's get some bright color in there. Okay, let's see. Ooh, I like that one. We're going to use this one. I'm going to do pumpkin pie. Perfect, yay. Okay, so let's take those off. Oh, that looks so cool. Now, because I have a little bit of orange there, I'm not going to use that piece again. So you do kind of go through quite a bit of paper, but it's such a cool thing. See, I got a little bit here. When I was doing this, I got a little bit there. That's okay, you know what? Because we'll use that. Let's see here. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to cover up. Oops, sticky this up. Let's cover up. Now this has brown on it, or the crumb cake, so you don't have to worry about if you put that back on, because that's the color we're going to be using. Okay. Now see how I have this here? So we're going to have to make sure we get all of that covered. I think this one might work. Let's see. I have to use two. We'll put one like this. And we need, oh, that's not sticking very well, is it? Okay, let's use the big ones. I just happened to grab those quick because they were smaller. They're not laying flat enough. Okay, so see, I need that little spot right there covered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to grab one of the ones that have the ink on it and just rip it. So I just need a little piece. So I can still use that. So I'm not wasting another whole sheet. Okay, so we got that all covered up. Now, what one should we use? Let's see. We put a pumpkin up there. Well, that's kind of cool. What if we went across? Let me get a big piece. Got an idea. What if we go across like this? Will a pumpkin fit in there? I'll go down a little bit more. You know what? Instead of that big pumpkin, what about if we use the two? Ooh, I like that better. I'm just going to move this up just a tad. Like I said, I apologize if I keep going, moving it. There we go. I like that better. We're going to do the two. Okay, so let's get our sponge. I'm kind of moving my blocks around here so I know which ones I've used already and which ones I need to still use. Okay, so again, we're going to start off to the side and come on. And we're going to just do the bottom edge. Okay, I do better if it's sideways. Are you like that on some things? You do better if it's sideways? On these I do. Okay, so let's now do our pumpkin. And let's see, what color should we, oh, let's do a, we're going to do a green pumpkin. Do a little bit different. Yay! Ooh, I really like that. That's cute. Okay. So what do you guys think so far? Do you like this idea, this technique? Okay, so we're going to take all these pieces off again. See, look how cool that's looking. Isn't that neat? And it's so fun. I love doing this. Okay, let's do, so we need to cover this up. Okay, where's that little piece? Because I need to just do a little section right here. All right. You know what? Let's go ahead and make sure we cover this up. There. Okay. Now, let's see. What shall we use? We've already used those. Let's use this leaf. Let's put that one like right here. Okay, so we want to go kind of like this maybe? I might need actually a bigger piece if I'm going to do that. Let's see here. Ooh, I like that, like that. Okay, so we're going to just do that. Now, I want to cover this up because I have a tendency to go over on other sections. So I'm just going to cover this up so I know that that's covered. Okay, so I'm going to turn it. Whoops. Oh, I have this one. This one. But I had this piece here. So we don't dirty a new one yet. Okay. So, oops, that needed to stay there, Joyce. All right. Where's my sponge? Here we go. I think I'm going to color this section right here. We'll start off and we'll go up. Oops, let me move this up so you guys can see what I'm doing. You know what, let me go ahead. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit and see if that you guys can see it a little bit better. We did it once. Let's see if we can zoom in again. There. Let's see if that's better. Okay. It didn't zoom in on for me for some reason. Darn it, it did it before. Huh. Maybe on my camera it's zooming in, but not on Facebook Live? That's weird. I'll have to play with that more. Okay, just lightly going over the side edge. Okay. So we're going to use this leaf. What colors shall we use? I think we got green here. Let's do the Cajun Craze. I haven't used that one yet. Ooh, I like that. Okay. Let's clean this off. All right. Let's take these off. Now this one has Cajun Craze on it, and so does this one. So we're going to put those off to the side. So look how cool that's looking. Now, I'm going to do something different because you see how I've got the ink over here, which I can cover up again. But this time, I'm thinking, so see on this one where I put my sentiment on the bottom? I'm actually thinking about putting this one in the middle, like putting it right here, putting my sentiment. Let's try it, see what it looks like. Try something different. Okay, season 3. Oh, that would fit perfect there. Okay, so now we got to cover up all these other pieces. Like I said, this is not a hard technique. It's just time consuming because you have to put all these pieces, keep covering up things. It's a fun technique. And there's also one that I saw online that it did the straight lines. It like made a grid. That would really be pretty. And I was thinking when I was talking to my downline that asked me to do this video, we were thinking about the tufted embossing folder. That would be really cool, but those are really smaller squares, so that would be very time consuming, but I think it would be really cool. Oh, I have to do this. I gotta do this first. I just want to double check. That doesn't look very dark to me, but I think it is. It is. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to use Early Espresso. Put this on here. Okay, now I gotta get my card straight. And my sentiment is straight. I guess it won't be straight because that's not straight, is it? That's okay. We will go with it. Oh, I kind of like that in the center. Different. Okay, so we'll close this one up. All right, so let's take this off and see where we're at, what we haven't used, what it's looking like. Okay, that's kind of cool. What do you guys think so far? Do you like that? Oh, hi, Kara. Thank you for joining. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Robin. Thank you guys for joining. Okay, so let's do let's go. What haven't I used yet? I've got this little guy yet. So I used him. I have not used this guy yet. I have not used this guy yet. So let's put a pumpkin like right here. I don't think I want the pumpkin on its head. Let's see here. We get it like right here. Okay. Then it come down like this. Okay, so remember how I got that little bit of color right here? That little bit? I'm going to use that. I'm going to make that as part of it coming down like this. So I'm going to cover it up. And I'm going to cover this up. You know what? I think I want this one to come up just. That'll be fun. But let's just cover that back up the way I had it. Okay. Okay, we're going to put one across the bottom here. And one, there's one. You can use this. Let's put it like this. Okay. Let's see how this works out. Okay. I'm just putting a little bit here on the edge. I'm not doing a whole lot. I'm really going light on here just because I want that line to be like there, just so I can see it when I go. Yeah, that's what I want to make sure that I can see it. Okay, so what colors do we have? We have the Early Espresso, the Occasion Craze. Let's use the pink. I mean the pink. I hope we don't have a pink pumpkin. We could. Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We could have a pink pumpkin. Okay. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I got that on there and I didn't get any on those papers. Now, I could not do that again if I tried. All right. So let's take this off. Oh, this is looking so cool. Okay, so see, I have that little piece here. So this is what I'm going to do for that little piece. Because you just have to go like this. I'm going to make it a little bit darker. Just a little. Oh, and I'm going to take this little leaf right here and I'm going to stamp it in there. Let's see, what color do we want on that? Let's do green. I'm just going to stamp it right there. Oh, I do like this little stamp. It is so cute. And there's a little punch that goes with it. I don't remember the name of the punch set, but this is from To Every Season. And that might be the name of the punches. I don't remember, but there is a punch. I keep trying to put that one away. There we go. Oh, look how cute. Okay. So we need one kind of long here. Oh, what if we used this again? Oh, that would look cool there. Let's switch it around. We got that one going that way. Let's do it this direction. Oh, let's see here. You could do it long like that. Okay, we're going to do it long. So let's cover up our other spots. Cover up our lines. Okay. Here's the corner of this one that I did. Let's see. I'm just going to quick do this one. So I did the same thing on this side. I don't know how I did it, but I'm just going to I just want to do a line there. Then I'm going to take it from this corner here to this corner here. Oops, come on, lay down. Goodness, all of a sudden my phone is blowing up. Okay, I'm not sure if you can hear it going beep. There, I like that. Okay, so let's do, okay, we're gonna do the on this end, do it on this side. All right. Let's see. Green. I'm trying to remember the colors we use. We don't have anything on that side yet. And I just took that in color. Yeah. We've used orange once. Let's use orange. Let's put it orange. Let's get some brightness in here. I think we put oranges over there. Okay, yep. There we go. Okay, so I've used that one twice, so that one I know I won't use again. That stamp I won't use again. Okay, take this off, and this. And we're going to not use this one again or this one because it has color on it, unless we rip it, which we may have to. Okay, so we have one spot left right here. So I'm going to put a bigger, what you call it, flower in there, leaf in there. Hi, Tiana. Thank you for joining. Okay, so we're going to put all these back on again. We need lots of them on this one. Let's see, do I have any pieces that I can rip? Oh, I can. I can use this. There we go. Since this is the last section, I'm going to try to rip all the ones that I can. Ones that, remember, had paper ink on them. Oops, we're going to just rip that ink off and keep using them. Up this, I might be able to use this one now. So can I use this one? I can, yay! Okay, now we have it all off. All right, let me just throw away all these other pieces. Get those out of our way, because this will be the last one we do. Okay, get those all nice and sealed. All right, so again, start on our bottom, go up. Now this one, I'm kind of going to make a V with this, I think. I think that would be kind of cool. We'll find out. Ah. Make sure so you guys can see. I don't want to be covering it. So what do you guys think so far? Do you like this idea? Hi, Donna. Thank you. I'm glad you could join us. Okay, now I'm going to just go lightly on this side because it is the side. I don't want it stark white over there, so I'm just going to lightly go over that. Okay, so let's use, again, we'll use our big leaf. Like we did here, we used it twice. I think I'm going to use it again on this one. And, oh, that would look cool right there. Question is, what color should we make it? What do you guys think? What color should we put on here? We have orange and green around here, so we don't want the orange and green. So what did I make my pumpkin? That's orange. Oh, I did 2 oranges right next to each other. Oops. Oh, well. You know what? When I lifted that up, I didn't see that orange. Okay. We used orange 3 times. That's definitely out. Why don't we... I used green twice, so we'll take that out. Orange is out. You know what? I only used crushed curry once. Let's use a big yellow one. Okay. Cool. Okay, let's see what our card looks like. Now that I used 2 oranges right next to each other, but that's okay. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? We need to do something down here. Before I go on, I need to do something down here. I got rid of all those papers. Let's get a new one. Not a big deal. I need to do something. Let's see. I'm sure I have a little leaf I can use for down there. Okay. I'm not putting any more ink on here. I'm just going to use the ink that I have on here just to make that a little bit darker. Just the edge. Oh, I guess I am going to put just a little bit. I want to get that darker a little bit. There we go. Okay. You know what? I don't know if we use this leaf yet. But he will fit perfect down there. It's yellow. Let's use cherry cobbler. We only use that one once. So let's put him in cherry cobbler. Just like that. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Now I think I can close up all of our ink pads. We don't want ink on places on our project that we don't want. Okay. Oh, this is so cool. Even with the 2 oranges next to each other. That is still cool. I like that. I do like that one a lot. Okay, so now that we have that, we got to put it on a card base. So what we're going to do is we're going to use, this is Early Espresso. We'll go ahead and put this on. Oops. Put it on like this. And then for the inside of my card and for my envelope, I didn't grab an envelope, but I will do the same thing. I am going to take, let's use this one, and let's put it, let's use Cajun Craze, I think. You know what? I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use this one. And I'm just going to put this in the corner. And I would do the same thing on my envelope. Because you don't want to send out a naked envelope. Just moving this over here where it's not all that ink goes on it in case it's still a little wet, but it should not be. And there you go. And there are the 2 that I did. This one I did first, and then this one. I kind of like the sentiment in the center. Thank you, Donna. I'm glad you like it. Yay. And this is the one that I did a couple years ago. This again was with the vintage leaves. And these are the two that I did. And I used the colorful seasons. We use this leaf to every season. I use the 3 little leaves. And gathered together, I used the wheat, the 2 pumpkins, and this big leaf, and then season of thanks. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you could please share this, I would really appreciate that. And you guys have a great evening. Thank you for joining me. Love you. Bye-bye. And there you go. Mwah.